Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Maxwell DeMille talking, broadcasting to you live from the Cicada Club here in downtown Los Angeles, California, America's greatest summer playground, where tonight it's my fabulous annual 39th birthday party. And we're also featuring a bevy of astounding guest performers, some of whom will be appearing in just moments. But now, here's our special guest announcer. Oh, before I bring up our special guest announcer, I'd just like to let you know, if you'd like to take your photograph in the moon is in the outer lobby. So when you have a chance, take your picture in the moon. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, our guest announcer, Mr. Dayton Purcell.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dayton Purcell, welcoming you back to the second set of our tribute to the Coconut Grove nightclub with Dean Mora and his orchestra performing at Maxwell DeMille's Cicada Club, located in the historic Oviatt building in downtown Los Angeles. Music in the trees, music in the breeze, music in the seas, music everywhere. And now here's Dean's musical menagerie playing Music in My Fingers. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This next musical selection was banned from the radio airwaves in 1931, But now Dean Mora will be brave enough to play this daring song at risk of being thrown into the hoosegow. From the Broadway musical The New Yorkers, here is Cole Porter's scandalous song, Love for Sale. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Dean Mora and his orchestra guide the dancing feet of the most famous screen and stage celebrities of the world as we continue our musical visit to the Coconut Grove, where the movie colony's brightest stars twinkle in a dazzling array of beauty and charm. And speaking of charm, here's the dazzling Kayre Morrison, who will step up to the microphone and sing about a change of climate in the heart.
Since my man and I ain't together, keeps raining all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Kayre Morrison. Now, just one thing I'd want to acknowledge, we have some celebrities in the house tonight before we continue. I'd like to bring up someone that you might have seen on your way in. She was working our box office. If you could step up with your date. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Cicada Club, we have the lovely Jean Tierney and her date for the night, Mr. Jack Oakey at the Cicada Club. Thank you. All right, that's enough. And now, here he is, America's only heartthrob announcer, Mr. Dayton Purcell. Say, gals, what do you think of Dayton? Well,
ladies and gentlemen,
your heartthrob days are over, apparently.
Apparently so. It's late. It's late on a Sunday night. You just heard Kayre Morrison sing Stormy Weather, but say, Kayre, you can't really be that blue, especially here at the fabulous Cicada Club. How are you this evening?
I am splendid tonight. Thank you, Dayton.
Well, that's just fine. And as I look over the crowd here at the Cicada Club, I see that your husband, the famous cartoon artist Bill Morrison, is sitting at one of the tables close to the bandstand.
Why, yes, he is, Dayton, and he's being joined by our good friends, Murray and Rosie, and our new friend, Michelle.
Well, that is swell indeed, and all are welcome to Maxwell DeMille's Cicada Club, located in the historic Oviatt building in downtown Los Angeles.
Look, it's Bill himself, first time on stage. All right, that's enough.
They trot him out now and then.
This is the place where top-notch entertainment is presented every Sunday evening. Say, Kayre, how about another tune?
Why, I think that's a grand idea. Thank you.
I'll say, and so, ladies and gentlemen, Kayre Morrison will now sing for you, and you will all gather on the dance floor, even if you don't know what you're doing. Thank you, Kayre, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's time for another Latin number. The band will now play a selection rife with torrid melody and passionate rhythm. It's Serenade. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, I see that Maxwell DeMille is here, and he is going to tell you about the Dancing Girls. Maxwell, will you do the honors?
That's right, they are dancing and they are girls. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring them back onto the dance floor for your entertainment and amusement. Please welcome once again the Atomic Cherry Bombs. the Atomic Cherry Bombs. Why, that was so good, they should use that in a movie sometime. Say, Mr. Dean Mora, how are you doing? You haven't had a chance to talk into the microphone tonight. Why don't you step up and say a few words to the folks? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dean Mora.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you, everybody. This is Mora speaking. We thank you very much for coming down here to the Cicada Club. And please join me in thanking Mr. Maxwell DeMille for having us all here for his birthday. The shy and unassuming Maxwell DeMille.
Who, me?
Yes, you. And we hope that you continue to hold many, many soirees here in the future. And make sure to invite Dean Mora and his orchestra for upcoming performances. My card, perhaps.
And speaking of Dean Mora and his orchestra, I really like that last number you did, Dean. That Latin number.
Yes, it was quite swell. What are you getting at, Maxwell?
You know, it might be nice if you did a whole night of Latin numbers.
Why, that's a grand idea. Do you have any date in mind?
Well, maybe in June, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be Dean Mora and his Latinaires. We're going to do a whole night of Latin numbers.
Hey! That's right, folks. Every Latin song that no Latin would ever sing, ladies and gentlemen. So we hope you enjoy it. We'll see you there on June.
Whatever.
Right. Thank you very much, Maxwell DeMille.
It's too far away.
Yes.
I cannot conceive of anything beyond 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. I'll go back to my piano.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Mora. And now, here he is again, the Golden Throat himself, Mr. Dayton Purcell.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to dance again, so now we present you with a positive arrangement of a doubtful tune called I Can't Believe That You're in Love With Me. Kayre Morrison is the doubting Thomas, or should we say, Thomasette. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You have been listening to Dean Mora and his orchestra performing at Maxwell DeMille's Cicada Club, located in the historic Oviatt building, right here in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, where top-notch entertainment is presented every Sunday evening. Come and join us, won't you? And now the band will slow the tempo down with the rendition of the 1931 song classic by Johnny Green, Body and Soul.
Dean Mora and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another special guest for you. So at this time, we'd ask you to clear the dance floor to make room for one of the country's most astounding dancers. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a performer who will be having his own night here May the 1st with his Central Avenue Review. Ladies and gentlemen, your dinner. No, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chester Whitmore. How are you tonight, Chester?
I'm doing quite well. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? You're looking fine, and everybody having a good time right quick out there? This is what, Coconut Grove?
The Coconut Grove tribute tonight.
Oh, I can't stand it. That's all. Give the Academy Award. Well, you know, I have an award for you.
Uh-oh.
Yes, yes.
Does it involve a paddle and running around?
I think all of us should give Maxwell DeMille a round of applause for keeping jazz and swing alive here in Los Angeles, the tradition, and everything. I have something because you see, we always do something. Even though he didn't put me in his latest movie, but that's all right. I'm not going to be in the next one. I'm going to be in the sequel, right? Okay. So I have something for you in the back there. It's from Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn.
You have Duke Ellington back there? How does Duke feel about that?
He's all right. He's really tight, right? But I'd like to do something for the people right here. And this fabulous band. Let's give Dean Morrow, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. I love this. Because they ain't got fine. They got, bam! Come on, guys. Get down.
Take it away, Mr. Chester Whitmore.
I would swim the ocean wide, I would cross the great divide, I would do anything for you. Take a trip to Mars, I would even count the stars, I would do anything for you. Gladly pay a fortune just to see you smile, hear you say I love you every little while. In my heart there's ecstasy, long as you have faith in me, I would do anything for you.
Chester Whitmore. Chester Whitmore will be appearing here at the Cicada Club May the 1st with his Central Avenue Review and his tribute to the Cotton Club. And Chester Whitmore appears courtesy of RKO Pictures. And now, here's your wonderful guest announcer, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dayton Purcell.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. What a shame after that wonderful performance, because it seems that someone has evidently done wrong by our own Kayre Morrison, and she tells us all about it under the title, You Took Advantage of Me. Thank you, band, and thank you, Kayre. And now, for those of you who are fond of the lilting rhythms of the waltz dance, this tune is just what the doctor ordered. Here's Dean Mora and his orchestra playing the Champagne Waltz. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the Coconut Grove was host to many bands and band leaders during its heyday, starting with Art Hickman in 1921, followed by Abe Lyman, Ray West, Gus Arnheim, Jimmy Greer, Phil Harris, and Ted Fiorito, among others. But there was one band leader who dominated the bandstand at the Grove during the 1940s and beyond, and I'm speaking of none other than saxophonist Freddie Martin. Now the band will shift gears and play a swing number originally recorded by Freddie Martin in 1946, using the melodies of classical composer Sergei Prokofiev. Here's Kayre Morrison singing about Dingbat, the Singing Cat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as all good things come to an end, so must our magical evening. But before we bid adieu, let's have Dean and the boys play one last snappy number from 1933. Here's the Casa Loma Stomp. gentlemen, we have presented to you our musical tribute to the Coconut Grove, formerly of the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles. The Coconut Grove nightclub was a vital part of the nightlife of Hollywood between the world wars and lent a special aura of elegance and glamour that no longer exists in the Hollywood of today. The club and the hotel are gone, but the music lives on. And for that, please thank Dean Mora and his orchestra. You have been listening to another fine dance and entertainment program from the Cicada Club, located in the historic Oviatt building right in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, California, America's favorite summer playground. This is your announcer, Dayton Purcell, saying good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching A Night at the Cicada Club, brought to you each Sunday here at the historic Oviatt building in downtown Los Angeles, California. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's tribute to the Coconut Grove nightclub. We hope to see you next Sunday night for Jennifer Keith and the High Society Boys. I'd like to thank all of our guest performers tonight that were part of the show, and to Dean Mora and his orchestra, featuring the delightful Kayre Morrison. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Maxwell DeMille wishing you all the best of good evening and good luck.